Good afternoon, this is Todd Colvin coming to you from the floor of the CME Group. We are looking at metals and gold prices holding at the 1200 line. We saw settlement this week just near 1200. The fact that we stayed above it, I think, is modestly bullish, but after that trip down to 1176 we saw not too long ago, the recovery trade was in process, but it seems to have stalled. We've got a sustained trade now at 1200-ish. We need to build on that if we're going to see any extension higher. I think we need to see a settle north of 1225 in the next week. If we don't see that, it's going to be a consolidation trade and likewise another test of the lows. And a part of the reason we saw the modest bid over the last few weeks in gold was the modest decline in the dollar. The dollar ended this week, though, on a little bit of an uptick. The trade that we've seen the dollar make going back to April has been pretty significant, but it's stalled here over the last several weeks. We've got obviously a lot of trade issues going on. You've got the economy growing here. You've got the Fed in play. You've got emerging markets still struggling. You've got Europe as a question mark. And I think a lot of this is starting to, after the big bid we saw to the dollar and the subsequent decline in gold and other commodities, I think things have just kind of hit a little bit of a wall here as we're waiting for that next catalyst moment, that next it moment, which could be the Fed raising rates more aggressively and talking about raising rates more aggressively. It also could come in the form of other countries' currencies looking to struggle as emerging markets have been. So right now the dollar helping to bid gold a little bit on this uptick, but today and this week not so much. And lastly, let's look at the positioning. We saw for the first time going back almost 16 years, spec shorts took over the steering wheel from the spec longs, and we saw them cover those shorts last week as gold started to rally. This week, I'm anticipating not so much because gold prices would have gone down, I think, a little bit more. We would have seen at least a negative push heading into the weekend. We didn't see that, so I think really positioning is going to be relatively neutral with a slight spec short position on from speculators. Not enough to push the market. I think they're waiting for that uptick north of 1215 up to 1225 to probably reinitiate shorts, or they're waiting for some catalyst news to come in that's going to suggest that gold prices are going to be heading even lower than what we saw a few weeks ago. So right now, speculators not really a key factor of what we're seeing in gold trade, although they are keeping the market from going down, if anything, right now. So gold prices hovering, found a neutral spot right around 1200. This is Todd Colvin coming to you from the floor of the CME Group.